Hello, my beautiful people. So, a few days ago, I saw Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story, made by Disney for some reason. And holy crap, that movie was freaking fantastic. One of the best movies of the year, in my opinion. That was a really well made film, and Spielberg should have been directing musicals since forever ago. Before we get into that, what are my thoughts on the original movie? West Side Story from 1964, I believe? No, 61, even earlier than that. This movie is one of the greatest movie musicals ever made. Nobody can debate you on that. The choreography, the music, the story, the characters are all done so well in this version of the story, which is basically just Romeo and Juliet in the 50s, but with gang members. You got a former jet named Tony, and you got the sister of the head of the Sharks named Maria. The two of them fall in love, but because they're a part of two separate rival gangs, all hell breaks loose. Not going to that many spoilers, but if you know the story of Romeo and Juliet, I'm pretty sure you get the gist of what happens in this movie. There's a lot of fucking tragedy in here. Now, the big question that I had going into this movie is that what will Spielberg bring to this movie that isn't present in the original? The DVD is upside down. What will he bring different in his version that I can't experience in the original movie or just seeing a live performance of the Broadway show? Well, this version of West Side Story is very gritty, very grounded, very mature. Where the original movie had a bunch of bright colors, this movie definitely does feel like a gang film where the colors definitely have a bit of a gray tone to them. But at the same time, they do have the songs from the original, and they're all still dancing and twirling and snapping their fingers. And those two contrasting tones surprisingly work very well together, and that's just the genius of the story. Also, the acting in this movie is freaking phenomenal. One of these actors has to get nominated for an Oscar, because, my god, basically every single actor in this movie just knocked it out of the park. They understood the assignment, and they just ran with it. They were so good in this movie. The only actor that doesn't really do the best is the guy that plays Tony. But to be fair, Tony is a very hard character to play. He's supposed to be this tough gangster, yet he's also supposed to be this charming ladies' man who's dancing and singing and snapping his fingers. He looks like he wouldn't harm a fly, but you wouldn't be shocked if he killed a man. I mean, the actor does fine, but it is a very hard character to play, so I don't blame him that he didn't knock it out of the park like everyone else did. But aside from Tony, everybody else was just perfect. They had the right amount of cheese and charm and grittiness to their roles. The cinematography in this film, oh my god, this is a beautiful looking movie. Like I said, there are definitely a lot of street scenes that look gritty and dark and have a gray tone to them. During the musical numbers, that is where it really shines. Some of these shots made me and my friend just shit our pants. They were so beautiful. Spielberg directed the crap out of this movie. There's lots of clever camera work. It's awesome. Speaking of the musical numbers, the songs. Oh my god. You all know these songs. When You're a Jet, I Just Met a Girl Named Maria, America, I Feel Pretty. These songs are musical royalty. Like, everybody knows these songs. Everyone loves these songs. They're fantastic songs, and yeah, you will walk out of this movie with like 5 or more stuck in your head. Just to name some of my favorites that I didn't mention already, I do really enjoy the Tonight song. Officer Crumpkey was a lot of fun. It was a very fun song. Cool was pretty cool. The songs, it's Stephen Sondheim, so his songs are fantastic in the film. Now I will be going into a little bit of spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, then I would recommend you stop watching the video so far. But basically, I really enjoyed the film. Now to get into some criticisms that I have with it that do get into spoilers, basically, they did some rearranging with some of the songs. Some of the rearrangings I think are actually pretty good. Like, the song Cool was switched to be before the big battle. It kind of works. Tony is trying to convince his friend, who's the leader of the Jets, to not get into the big fight. But this is the switch that really bothers me. They moved I Feel Pretty to after the big battle. That just left me scratching my head like, what? Why did they do that? On one hand, it kind of works because you're left a little uncomfortable knowing on what just happened and on how she might react, and you have this fun little pretty song. But on the other hand, we just saw 2 characters die, 2 main characters die. One of them is her brother, so you're just sitting in the theater awkward, being like, yeah, can we get back to the crime movie that we were just watching? This song at this point in time feels very weird. But back to some positives. You want to know some things that I think are pretty good to have in this version that weren't in the original? Actual Puerto Ricans. There maybe have been like 1 or 2 Puerto Ricans in the original movie, but the grand majority of them were just white people in brownface. Doesn't change the quality of the movie, but it kind of makes it a little awkward watching it. So if you want a little less racism, just watch the Spielberg version. But overall, Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story is a really good movie. But anyway, guys, what did you guys think of West Side Story? I loved it. I thought it was a really well-made film. And if you love the original musical or movie, I highly recommend you check this film out. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified on when future videos are uploaded. I'm going to have a whole lot more holiday content in the future, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out on this really well-made movie, and it's one of the best of the years. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but god damn it, this movie is so good. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Bye!